My best friend wants to fight me. Not like making up some weird bullshit. Literally. That's the text message I get this morning from my best friend. My best friend says, bro. I was like, yeah. He's like, I was thinking this morning. I was like, okay, what were you thinking? He's like, I was thinking we should fight each other. I was like, are you high? He says, yeah, but it doesn't matter. I was like, I feel you. I was like, tell me more about this. So we went back and forth and back and forth. Next thing you know, it's a full-on shit-talking fest between two grown-ass men in their 40s. So we scheduled a fight. So we're going to fight. Put the gloves on. Go spar. I share this with you because it made me laugh. It made me laugh about how much of life has become like this comic game of men pretending to be men, right? There's a lot of shit I do. You're like, is that being a fucking man? Getting Botox, being a man, Garrett. I had a guy ask me that. He's like, hey, you're a fucking pussy. You got Botox. You're a fucking pussy. And I was like, you know what? I can see where you're coming from on that. I mean, I can appreciate it. And you know what my response was to him? I said, I can appreciate the fact you think I'm a pussy because I got the Botox in my forehead. I truly can't appreciate that. There's a part of me probably doesn't disagree with you at all. He's like, Gary J. White's kind of a pussy. Got that fucking Botox. I said, and then I responded to him and I said, but here's the problem. Tonight, I'm interested in having sex with my wife, not fucking you. And my wife likes it, so guess what? I get fucking Botox for her. The end. I was like, so if I was trying to get Botox to impress your hairy backed ass because I was trying to ride your back ass, well, then we'd be in a different situation. I said, I have no fucking desire to fuck you, or nor do I have any desire to get Botox for you. I was like, but I'll fight you. I'll fight you if you want. We could just have a sparring session. We could do that. And then there's two kinds of situations that arise with this, right? Because there's guys that like are just like, I'm going to fuck you up, right? For 10 years here at Wake Up Warrior, I've been hearing this from black belt jiu-jitsu wannabes. I've been hearing this from tough guys all over the fucking planet. You know what they'll say? They'll see my ads for Warrior and they'll go, I'll fuck you up for $500. Yeah. $10,000. I'll fuck you up for free, motherfucker. I'm like, okay. Okay, as you roll out of your jiu-jitsu studio to your broke-ass car, to your broke-ass job, to your broke-ass life. Keep rolling, bro. I was like, in the world of jiu-jitsu, you'd fuck me up, no question about it. In the world of life, I'll just fucking own you like a king while you just run around like a pawn, you little bitch. And that's a hard part. See, there's a part in all of us that just wants to be this fucking guy. Right? He does. Like tonight, UFC, there's like millions and millions of men. There's this piece inside of them that's going to come out tonight. And it's going to be like, wow, you know what? First UFC 1. I was going to Boise State University as a football player. I was playing college football. I was playing at Boise State University. And my friends and I watched UFC 1. We put on boxing gloves. We went out in the backyard and we fucked each other up for about an hour and a half. It was hilarious because we were drinking. Plus, we were fucking each other up. It was just a concrete pad in the back of the apartment complex. UFC 1. Long before it was like amazing. We were just like, and it was like, and we just fucking fight. That's it. There was no purpose to it. We were best friends. So when my friend Kibiaki reaches out to me today and he says, hey, bro, I'm going to fight you. I was like, it's fucking weird to ask me on a Saturday morning, but okay, sure. He said, think about it. And we started going down this path. And he said, dudes that like fight each other are always closer. I was like, true. He said, we're close in every way. 10 to 12 foot swell. We're close in like just brotherhood, business, money, our families, travels, trips, etc. Said, you know, the only thing we haven't done is we haven't fought each other. I was like, well, that's a fucking good idea. We should fight each other then. So we are. Most men that I meet day to day, they're just terrified of fighting. And I don't mean boxing. I don't mean jiu-jitsu. I don't mean MMA. To all my guys that are disciplined in that sport, fuck, dude, seriously. All my buddies that are black belts in jiu-jitsu, I'm like, the commitment and the discipline beyond all the skill sets and talents and abilities. Just the commitment and discipline is so inspiring. 10 years, 12 years to become a black belt. Like, you should be deeply, 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 deeply proud of yourself to pull that off. It's very emotional. I've gone to a couple ceremonies and watched it, and they're like, when guys are getting their belts and like a fucking cry, I'm emotional with them. It's like this man emotional moment. I'm like, dude, that's a lot of work. You deserve like all the accolades, the thousands of hours of rolling, like all of this, right? I said, but the one thing that's crazy is for me to sit down with a ton of dudes from like retired from the military, guys that are just, they're past the prime. You're not a fighter, dude. You're not doing any big fighting anymore. And to just be around guys who are just so confused about how to fight for life, right? Tonight we'll watch UFC and it'll be like this big fight. And then you're going to watch these dudes fight. And it's great, right? It's like Roman gladiators. And we're just sitting watching gladiators beat the shit out of each other. But then the fight will be over, right? Me and my best friend Keith will fight. We'll still be best friends. And we'll film the shit out of it. And we'll let you guys see it. It'll be fun. I found out that he already did this with one of our other friends. He didn't tell me. Because then they sent me a video from those two fighting. And I was like, well, okay. That's fucking cool. We should do that too. We'll video it and then we'll share it with everybody. He's like, yeah, good plan. I said, but here's my message point for today and I'm going to be done. Baby's taking a nap, so I came down and shot this real quick. It's not about fighting my friend. It's not. He'll get me a few good ones. I'm sure I'll get him a few good ones. I'm 46. He's 43. Come on. We're not trying to fucking pretend like we're McGregor or doing some, we're Mayweather or we're some fucking big heavyweight. We're not, dude, I'm a businessman with 5 kids, with a wife, a dog, 3 nannies, a full-time homeschool teacher, 37 full-time employees, tens of thousands of customers in all 4 of my companies. I told him this morning, I said, dude, it's one thing to win in a jiu-jitsu, like studio, dojo. It's one thing to win in a boxing match. Tonight, there'll be some fucking badasses fight tonight. They will be. It'll trigger all kinds of primal in me. My wife watches the fights with me. We'll go to dinner. We'll come back. I'll be watching the fights. I'll feel all just like this. Shit comes out of you as a guy, dude. You can't turn it off. You just sit there, you're just fucking watching. You're like, oh, it's just around the nation, around the world tonight. There'll be tens of millions of men that are just stuck in that pocket. But what they're after is this primal sense to fight, to win. And I would have you consider that the biggest fight that you're losing right now isn't the fight in a boxing arena. It's not the fight inside of the octagon. There's a very few small percentage of people that are ever going to be good enough to have anyone give a shit about that. Everybody else, a vast majority, they don't fight because they're going to get paid. They don't fight because they fight because for them, for whatever reason, it's their thing. You and I have a decision to make every single day, though, and here's a decision that we have to make. Are we going to fight as men for our marriages? Are we going to fight for our families? Are we going to fight for our businesses? Are we going to fight for our relationships with God? Are we going to fight? Like, that's it. Like, are we going to fight? Because there's a fighter's mind that has to be there. Like in intensity. People talk shit on my videos, on my ads every single day. Hundreds of men who from behind the comfort of their keyboards will talk shit. They will slide DMs in. They will run their mouths. They will talk shit about my wife. They'll say nice fucking hair plugs. They'll do all this. Nice Botox, you pussy. Which as I told you, I could probably agree with him on that one. Still fucking doing it because I'm not trying to impress him. Doing it because I like it myself. Makes my face look cleaner and fresher. I like it. Slightly sound like a pussy when I say it to myself. So trust me, my own ego mind, primal mind sits inside and goes, really? Really? We went for fucking eating like this shit and you're getting Botox? Riding in your skinny shorts and your fucking e-bike down to go get yourself an espresso martini. Yeah, you're real fucking primal. Trust me, dude. There's a piece of me and who I operate in B-Day today in my world that goes, dude, this is the furthest thing from primal life ever. But here's the crazy part I'd have you consider. The primal men of the past couldn't fucking survive today. You know why? Because I watch military men. I watch aggressive men. I watch fucking lethal savages. Men who could physically bring death and harm to people in instants with their skill sets, talents, and abilities. And guess what? when they come into Warrior, they collapse within weeks. It used to be the running joke here. I was like, the higher up the rank in the military, the faster guys would wash out of our programs. The tougher the dude was on the outside, meaning physically, tattoos, and violent, the faster he'd wash out of our, because most of those guys contain some of the darkest, deepest secrets and vulnerability that they refuse to share. And see, in our world, in the warrior world, the way I've defined it, what it is to be a man today, what it is to be a man of God, a man of faith, a man connected to his wife, loyal to his wife, committed to his wife, a man who is deeply sexual, emotional, and expressive in his relationship with his wife, a man who speaks to and can love and care for his children, a man who makes a shitload of money, a man who is fit and doesn't rock the dad bod, and a man who can do all that at the same time. At the same time. As some of my son's fitness friends are like, bro, you should get jacked. You could do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And I said, yeah, if I had 6 hours a day to do nothing but just watch my diet and work out at the gym and lift 3 times a day like you yahoos at 23, guess what? I'd fucking do that too. But listen here, motherfuckers. I got 5 kids. I got a dog. I got 3 nannies. I got a full-time homeschool teacher. I got a wife. I got 37 full-time employees. I got just contractors, hundreds of contractors working inside of my business. I got tens of thousands of customers and clients that I get to show up and serve. And guess what? In my world, you don't get to define being a man because you could punch another man in the fucking face. Although, it might help you out a little bit to get punched once in a while. Not gonna lie, it does. You don't think it's crazy about getting punched in the face? The first time you get punched in the face, you're like, if you were surprised, you're like, what the fuck? But after about 2, 3, 4 times getting hit in the face, sparring or hanging out with your friends or just even getting in a street fight, guess what? You'd be surprised how much you stop giving a fuck. It's that very first one. It's that very first punch in the face. And that's a hard thing with marriage. See, marriage is a punch in the face. Business and launching businesses is a punch in the face. Raising kids is a fucking punch in the face. Right? Trying to understand a relationship with God without getting confused inside the context of religion and the Bible and the way all the churches teach you. Right? Because God existed before the Bible. God existed before these pastors. God existed before these churches. God existed before these dogmas. God existed before these orthodoxies. God existed before the non-denominational orthodoxy, which attempted to be a breakout from orthodoxy only to become its own orthodoxy. Everybody's trying. Everybody's trying. And I don't blame them. But I want you to understand that sometimes what you need to wake up to on a Saturday morning is this. Sometimes your best friend just wants to fight you for one simple reason. And here was his reason. Bro, I just want to test myself with you in the ring. That's it. I just want to test myself with you. And I want you to test yourself with me. And I want to know when we walk around anywhere that we know where the other one's willing to go. When it comes to that, and I said, bro, we've done that in a lot of different settings. 10 to 14 foot swell, hollow as fuck, the kind of swell that when you're surfing in together where everybody gets real fucking friendly. Trust me. Here's how surfing world works. You ready? 3 to 4, 7 to 8 foot waves, not so hollow, a little soft. Everybody's kind of like, fuck you, bro, fuck you, bro, fuck you, bro. They're kind of very intense in California. Then the minute things get over 10 foot, all of a sudden everybody becomes nice. Because over 10 foot, guess what starts happening? It's now man against ocean. It's now man against nature. It's now man with the power of God raining down on his face in the form of water. So I would have you consider of all the wars and all the battles that you could be about, it's not with your brother. And although me and my best friend are going to fight, we're going to video it and I'm going to share it with you because I think it'll be a great bonding moment for him and I. Nothing better than black eye on your friend or getting a black eye from him. If you're going to get fucking punched in the face, you might as well get punched in the face by the boys you love. Not some fucking yahoo that rolls up on you on the street. But on the flip side, one of the reasons why WarriorCon 4 is happening, and one of the reasons why Wake Up Warrior for 10 straight years, you got to know, if I've been running ads for 10 straight years and I've been talking about this for 10 straight years and I don't stop, you got to understand, for all of the pussies that talk shit on my ads and all of the fucking scared, terrified little boys who run their mouths on my social media, for all of those public displays that you might see, There's hundreds of men on the backside, not weak men, strong men, men that don't like, men that don't comment, men like you that will watch this video. You will never tell anyone you watched it. You watch it in secret. We have a lot of closet warrior guys here, meaning dudes who just watch and consume warrior. They don't tell their wives. They don't tell anybody about it. Why? Because there's a sense of what we do here that is about change. It's about fucking change, and it's aggressive, and it's hard, and it's ruthless, and it's intense. And sometimes you just need a brother to punch you in the fucking face, or you need a brother to kick you in the dick and say, bro, pull your head out of your ass. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And sometimes a man, that's what he needs. He doesn't need a quote from a scripture. He doesn't need people to pray over him. He doesn't need people to tell him that Jesus died for your sins, so now you're going to be better. He doesn't need you happy clappy in his ass. What he needs is a band of brothers around him to say, listen, motherfucker, let me tell you what. I get where you are. You're not alone where you are. I've been where you are. I have felt this way. He has felt this way. Look around yourself, brother. I say, how many of you in this room have felt exactly like this fucking guy? Raise your hand. And everybody in the room raised your hand. And 1,000 men raised their hand. And that one guy that feels like he's alone. Fighting in his marriage, fighting to keep his family together, fighting to deal with addiction, fighting to put money in the bank account and food on the table, fighting to take care of his body, fighting to understand his relationship with God, all the while through social media and political propaganda and COVID and all the rest of the fucking bullshit going on. This guy's trying to figure himself out. That's the guy we're here for, not these fucking mask-wearing pussies that post shit on my fucking Instagram or hit my Facebook ads or my YouTube ads or my Google ads, or people just run their mouths in their little hidden little hypocrisy boxes. Fuck those guys. I'll mow over 100,000 of those guys to find you, bro. Because that's what fucking Warrior does. That's what Warrior's been doing for 10 years. Every fucking day. I mow through bands and fields and legions of fucking weak-ass, broke-ass men to find you. And I'll never stop doing it. Period. And so my friend, my best friend, needs to be tested. That's it. And we need to test our friendship, so we're going to fight. Because that's what best friends do. That's what brothers do. That's what brotherhood is. That's what Warrior has been for 10 years. My friend, if you were sitting on the sideline as a man and you've not gotten your ticket to WarriorCon 4, I would invite you to step through that door with me. Get off the fucking sideline. Get yourself a seat. We are sold out in person. $10,000 seats are gone. But the virtual hybrid experience with us is on the table. You can click on the link in my bio to get yourself a seat and secured. I'm going to keep preaching. I'm going to keep teaching. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to keep sharing. And I'm going to keep giving you from different angles, because I'm not after every dude. Warrior's not for every man. Most men are unable, incapable of playing the game that we play here. That's why I say in every king is a warrior. But in every warrior, there is not a king. And I say in every warrior, there is a man. But in every man, there is not a warrior or a king. Most men are weak as fuck. Flaccid little motherfuckers who won't do shit. But sit scared in the corner and run their goddamn mouths on the internet. But I'm not interested in them. Bro, I mow over those pussies to find you. Men who know it's time to go to war with themselves. Because in every warrior is a man. And once you've joined the Warrior Council with us and you've proven yourself, we'll show you that not in every king is a warrior, but in every warrior there's not a king, but you are the one, my friend. You're the one that your wife has been waiting for. You're the one that she's longing for. In the end, that's why she chose you. That's why she doesn't tolerate your bullshit. That's why for years I was so confused and called my wife a critical bitch, only to recognize my wife was a queen who refused to tolerate my pussy, non-king behaviors. She said, stop fucking being such a weak man. Stop being such a weak fucking warrior. I didn't marry a warrior. I married a fucking king. Rise, motherfucker. Rise. To most, this is way too intense. Go find yourself a Bible study with a good church group. Happy clappy yourself to death. Read some Psalms enjoy the book of scripture written by a guy who killed a guy to fuck a girl. Isn't that the coolest part about the book of Psalms? People don't like the way I say it, but that's exactly what it is. A book written by a man who felt bad about killing a man so that he could fuck his woman. And then he wrote how sad he felt about it. And we got the book of Psalms, some of the favorite book of scripture you love to read, comes from an adulterer and a murderer. Welcome to the savage fucking world of being a man. This shit's been going on from the beginning of time. Gentlemen, get your ass